And I am alive talking about another movie everyone hated, and I actually enjoyed it. I don't think it's a masterpiece. I just think it's a enjoyable one, but yet everyone hates that thing. I am Multi-Topic Talk, and I bring you a new movie review, the movie Im that just came out Friday. Let's move on to the intro once I find the right clip. So, you know the formula we kind of started having recently. Let's get into it. Let's screen share the plot. Let's talk about the plot. And be advised, we will spoil the entire thing. So if you have not seen the movie, well, you know what to do. Go watch it. It's in theater right now, and I'd say it's worth watching. Don't listen to Rottentomato or other media like that. So let's get into it. Let's get into him. The plot. Young Cameron Cade watches his favorite football team. The San Antonio Saviors win the league championship. His joy turned to distress when his quarterback idol Isaiah White suffers a violent, possibly career-ending injury while scoring the winning touchdown. Cam's father tells him that real men are willing to make sacrifices. And that's a team throughout the entire movie. Sacrifice. They all sacrifice something at some point. And now, before we keep going with the plot, the movie was directed by Justin Tipping, written by Skip Monkey, Zach Akers, Justin Tipping. So many people, so many cook in the kitchen, as they say. It was also produced by Jordan Peele, also known for Nope. And if I'm right, I might be wrong on that one, but I think he was in Get Out. I remember enjoying Get Out a lot. Uh, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Jordan Peele was in charge of Get Out. Uh, yeah. So Jordan Peele was involved in that movie. So let's keep reading the plot. Years later, Cam's father has died, and Cap is now a rising football star. So, yeah, a rising football star. This is what he has become over the years. Encouraged by his family and girlfriend, he trained for the league combined. While practicing late on an empty field, Cam is attacked by someone in a goat costume, causing a head injury that endangers his career. Motivated by his agent Tom, Cam plans to attend the combine to pursue the Savior's quarterback role, despite risking permanent brain damage should he sustain another injury. While overstimulated due to his concussion, Cam lashes out at his brother Tom, ultimately refusing to participate in the combine. Tom later revealed that Isaiah is considering retirement and has offered to train Cam for a week at a remote desert compound to prove himself a worthy successor. Cam accepts that travel there, encountering crazed Isaiah fan who try to intimidate him out of replacing their hero. And that movie really takes a turn there. It's getting trippy, it's getting weird, and Isaiah, man, Isaiah, I think the actor was entertaining, and that character was quite colorful and really odd, but that was in purpose. So let's keep reading the plot, because the plot is quite long for a movie that's supposed to be short, right? At the compound, Isaiah puts Cam through disturbing challenges, including a practice drill where a football machine repeatedly hits a player in the head until that player bleeds and eventually is really heavily damaged, and eventually they will just shoot him. But yeah, again, I said it. Spoiler ahead. Cam secretly receives shots of Isaiah blood, which is he led to believe is an energy booster, and experiences freaking hallucination of masked figures, which he attributes to the concussion. While in a sauna, Cam is attacked by a crazed fan and overpower her. Isaiah arrives and emotionally ends her, to Cam's consternation. As Cam tries to leave, Isaiah's wife Elsie apologizes and seduces him. Cam wakes the next morning and Isaiah holding him at gunpoint, demanding to know if Cam and Elsie slept together. Isaiah ridicules Cam for feeling guilty about his girlfriend, saying winners are remorseless. Else Elsie invites Cam to a secret party to meet the Savior's owner. Upon arrival, Marco, the team doctor, whispers to Cam to run before leaving. The owner offers Cam a strange red liquid, which he drinks, unaware that it's Isaiah blood. A disoriented Cam finds Marco's severed head in a plastic lined room. Elsie comfort him as he loses consciousness. Cam later wakes up in the ice bath at Isaiah compound, connected to in 4 of Isaiah blood. He rips out the 4 and reveal, oh, it's Ivy. It's Ivy. The Ivy. It's Ivy. That was the word. Reveal he is part of a line of manufactured greatest of all time. Player who gain and ends powers from the ritual blood transferred down a lineage. Isaiah tells Cam they must fight to the death with one gold transfusion victor. Cam bludgeoned Isaiah to death with a helmet, which was very gory and really disgusting and dark. But I guess that was the point. That was the movie. Next thing, Cam leaves the room and enters a football field where Elsie and the Savior's owner and Tom, wearing animal mask, present a contract for him to sign. They reveal that Cam's father arranged for him to be the next GOAT and that the masked attack was orchestrated to lead Cam to the Saviors. Cam refuses to sign the contract and deletes every owner. Elsie and the masked attacker with the hammer and sword, but spare Tom, who is then dragged into a pentagram and destroyed by an unseen force. Outside of the compound, a bloodied Cam walks past masked cheerleaders and into the desert. And that's how the movie ends, on a very bloody and weird ending. I guess this is the moment where I get into my review. So what did I think of that plot, of that very interesting movie? Again, everyone hates it. I'm the lone wolf, the strong fighter that will fight for that movie honor. Um, it's a very fun movie. Now let's get into my issues first. Pacing wasn't great. Movie was 1 hour 36 minutes. It could have been 1 hour 20 minutes. I feel like a lot of scenes were dragged on, especially in the party. I think the early parts of the movie were very long, and in the middle, I was watching my clock as well. I just think that movie really take its time, and it's not the kind of slow burn that that really justify the runtime, it really feels like it wasn't well made. And it's a bit unfortunate. My next issue with this movie, as much as the ending had great moments, it was filled of stupid things. Characters were stupid enough to wait to be deleted in the arena, and I try to remain user friendly, that's why I use such words, but you get the picture, and we got over the plot. Unbelievable amount of blood loss in the final slaughter. Unbelievable all the girl in the arena caught herself. To top that, the movie was quite serious except for the final action piece that had a tone shift, turning into a parody. So what I mean by there is I feel like it deals with the trauma of that head injury and all you must sacrifice things. So that movie tries to be serious. It's a cult like thing, and maybe I misunderstood the movie, but I think they were like, these people are freak, these people are dangerous, and let's not really laugh about it. And in the final act at the end, it's like they're all a joke, and it's hilarious to see them die. So that's I feel like we really had a tone shift because for the movie, it's like things are serious. You'll be the greatest of all time, and it will cost you things, and you feel the weight, and it's very sad when you hear that the dad died, and we also got like parental abuse. I say that because the dad was quite abusing. He wasn't the father that's a role model for their kid to remain YouTube friendly. So again, I think the movie for most of it tried to be serious and to grasp on really like dark stuff. But then in the final act, it's a joke, it's a parody. Look, he's eating someone disguised as a goat, and there's blood everywhere, and a freaking demon eats one of them. It's again, I think there's a tone shift. And I don't really like that tone shift, and I feel like it damages the ending a lot. It's like, how can I take the rest of the movie seriously if the ending is a parody? It's a bit unfortunate. Again, I sound overly negative, but there's a big but. There's enjoyment. I think the action and the gore were entertaining. The main character had a very sad backstory that was enjoyable. The movie was great at showing overtelling. The main character went from a normal damaged guy to taking lives was nice growth. The main character setting aside his dream to be a goat to make sure he doesn't turn into his mentor was a great theme. The movie was a series of great setup and payoff, including the villain telling the main character he shouldn't become like him, and to reach his goal it need to take lives, which he does in the final act. Team of obsession to succeed and become the best at any cost, including life. So again, I think the big crop of the movie, it's a dark movie, it's a violent movie, it talks about people wanting to be impressive, it's serious stuff. So I don't know what they were thinking with that ending. So I don't have a lot more to say because again, I've seen that movie in theater. And despite my gripes, I think that movie is enjoyable. Is it one of the best this year? I don't think so. It's a movie maybe in the middle or like just underneath the middle. And I've seen 114 movie as of right now that came out in 2025. So that movie is maybe like in 17th, 18th place. That's around the place I placed that movie. Um, so I will give him 2025 a 7.5 out of 10. So it's still quite high, it's still quite good. It's above average. Let's get to read some Rotten Tomato comments because I don't want to sound like in echo chamber and looks like we won't have any guests tonight. And that's fine, that's to be expected. It's the fall, people have lives, they are occupied. So let's get into Rotten Tomato. There we go. So that's what I was saying. Everyone hated that thing except me. I liked it. And maybe I'm crazy because that's very often the case where, oh, look, a movie everyone hated. I liked it. That's my take. So let's get into it. 29 from the critique, 58 from the fans. That's quite grim. Let's get into it. So the first critique with the 2.5 out of 5. Despite a stellar cast and strong concept executed with vibrant style, and fumbles in integrating visceral symbolism with aura and storytelling. As a purely sensorial experience of sound and image, it's sensational. As a searing examination of the body horror of football, fandom, and fame, it's weak. 2.5 out of 4. So that one is more positive than the other one. And ultimately takes all of these elements and throws them rapidly downfield at what feels like the most unfocused attempt at the socially resonant allegory even genre movie in age. No proper grade, just a failure, I guess. The film's attempt to marry horror and sport drama result in something uneven, too surreal for sports fan, too disjointed for horror purists, and too exaggerated for viewer seeking grounded critique. 2 out of 5. So I guess that goes back to my critique of the ending where I was like, you know what, there's a tone shift I don't like. The ending was bad. So yeah. Okay, audience review. That one really liked it with a 5 out of 5. Unexpected most. See this movie, you have to see for yourself. And I agree with that. Like, again, I think story wise, when you don't really think about tone and the execution of it, I think the ending of him was really good. It's just the fact that it turned the movie into a parody. It's how they presented the thing. It, like, the girl cut herself. It's like, that's a joke. And the movie was serious up to that point. Anyway, love the message behind the movie. 3.5 out of 5 stars. So that guy, David, is near my grade. Very interesting. The next one. I really liked it and honestly can't wait to watch it again. Definitely a movie you have to pay mention in order to catch everything. That's true. 4 out of 5 stars. Story jumps to one end field goal to another, a bit exaggerate on the gory part and satanic cult of football. Overall, disappointed nonetheless with a 1 out of 5 stars. Wow. That's very harsh, and it's funny because the last time I've given like 1 star out of 5 to something was a long time ago. But that's hilarious because recently I've seen Birds of Prey for one of the shows, and gosh, that thing was terrible. Didn't deserve a full star. Anyhow, Im overall was an enjoyable movie. I think it's a good movie. Is it a masterpiece? No. Is it a bad movie as what everyone says? I don't think so, but maybe I'm crazy. Again, if you want a take, you know the channel now because it's the second movie this year that I see a lot of people hating. The other one was Hurry Up Tomorrow. I quite enjoy Hurry Up Tomorrow. Hurry Up Tomorrow is actually one of my favorite movie ever, and and it has terrible score, and like every single person I've talked to hated that thing. So I'm crazy indeed. With that being said, this was mainstream movie reviews. Tomorrow we talk about two musical, That Thing You Do and Joe's Apartment. Wednesday it's The Night. We talk about Dexter season 4, 5, 6. And next Saturday we talk about Canadian politics again. With that being said, the next mainstream movie review will cover The Stranger, a movie franchise about slashers that I despise, from the 2008 one to the most recent one that will come out Friday. Well, I haven't seen the one on Friday. Maybe it will be the first one I will actually like. Who knows? Hopefully, I will like it because I really don't like that franchise. Anyhow, that being said, we are out. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.